It's week 14 of the National Football League. And up next is one of the best nicknames in football, Sauce Gardner. He's put together 41 tackles so far this season. It's the Cowboys and the Commanders, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Throwing right away is Daniels. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. To throw is Daniels. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Now Daniels. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner puts it off. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Back to throw. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. In this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll buy some time right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Why wasn't it?
Just talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And this is caught for
DK!
touchdown.
Don't call him.
Metcalf with career touchdown number 75. And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think of it.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking it. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Commander's going to retake the field for drive number 2. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's Daniels. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. Evades the tackler and now some space. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 2nd and a couple. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Play action, now it's Daniels. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
To the air goes Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Christian Kirk with career touchdown number 70. And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body. Get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Lamb's first catch of the game. Good for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and drag it to make sure he gets it done.
They'll run on first down with Wright. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll go right back to Wright. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple is all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Right back to him on first down. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Wright. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd downs. So it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Right. We'll get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. These two teams are tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They'll drop the throw. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Washington ready to try again on offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They didn't score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there? As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now again, right side, Cherry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the quarterback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jermaine Johnson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Ethan Evans on down to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense and Tyjae Spears set to take over once more. And he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground with Spears, taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. He'll drop to throw. Throw caught by Flowers. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance of yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and throw for it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. A give up the middle to right. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. The Cowboys at 8-4 now in the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 35. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will move on by 10 now. 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing now is Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
But it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Wright. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And here's a give to Spears, and he will have a Cowboys 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Hand off to Spears, and he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's a run by Spears. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
I mean, that's standard, ball. Baby, I'm a fan of y'all.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Out of the gun, here's a give to right. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They're going to look to throw. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll set up the screen for Spears. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And this one is right through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now Daniels. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Daniels looking to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The final final shot before break. Daniels. He'll air this one out for Kirk. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has RE8. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Cowboys will get the football first here. They have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown. To about the 35, second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll run out of the gun with Wright. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Eluding the pressure right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation. They keep the football. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way.
Personal fouls. Roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And
dance on him.
This all the way up to midfield. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they're leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And now a run with Spears. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and the run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Spears will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
Fuck you for a ring.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January. More of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
Here's Daniels. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
To throw is Daniels.
Got him.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season? Because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. They'll run with Spears. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this one quickly to Lamb. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. They run the counter. Spears. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he will have the Cowboys first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Now a handoff up the middle. Spears. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Spears with another carry. And he will take it in for a Cowboys score. Tajay Spears with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So he had a nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Dicker down, attack on the extra point. It's up and good, and they're in control now, 35-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Micah Parsons in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now no speech is needed. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. A little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
To the air goes Daniels. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Going right back to Dotson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11, first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to have any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Up the middle they go. Cherry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Back to throw. Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 6 yards away. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Right back to Spears. And he stopped immediately there.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Second down.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and it's complete. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down. He needed 5, he got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Now a handoff up the middle. Spears knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Spears stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Up the middle they go. Spears. Oh, what a juke into space. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. They run over center with Mitchell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And a Washington offense going back to work. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Looking to throw, Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw again.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw again. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.